Hi and welcome back to Plan My Disney Holiday. Today's video is I'm going to rank the attractions in Hollywood studios that I really want to do the most. So I've already done a video listing the attractions at Animal Kingdom, so make sure you check that video out. This video is going to be all about Hollywood studios, and a big part of Hollywood studios is also the entertainment as well as the attractions. So I'm going to include the entertainment that is on the My Disney Experience app. They've got a list of entertainment and they've got a list of attractions. I'm going to include a lot of both of them lists. So first up at the bottom of my list is the Disney Junior Play and Dance. Mostly because I'm not the audience for this. Quite simply, I am 30-something-year-old. I don't have children. This is an attraction that is made for families. This is an attraction made for children. And I fully respect that. There is lots of things that children can't do that I want to do that will be on my list, and they won't be able to go on them. So I fully understand why there are attractions that are for family-orientated visitors. So yeah, that is definitely one that I will miss out, mostly because of the age range. If you have got a family and you do want to get out of the sun or you want to get out of the storm, this is a fantastic choice. The kids can dance and burn off some energy. You can get in some aircon. So yeah, it's a fantastic choice, but definitely is going to be bottom on my list because I am not the audience for this. Second up, from the bottom of my list, is Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. The reason for this is because I have seen this attraction and this show so many times. I've even been part of the show on my honeymoon. I love this show, don't get me wrong. If you've not seen this show, you should go and see it. If you love Indiana Jones, if you love stunts, it is fantastic. It's what MGM Studios was built for. It was about looking behind the scenes. It's a fantastic show. It is great. It's a lovely sit down. I really enjoy it. Fire, action, and it's just so much fun. It's got a few laughs, and it's just a great show. Unfortunately, I have seen this a lot, and if I were to mix it up or change it, I'll probably have it higher up on my list. But because I've seen this show, I don't really need to have it high up on my list. I can skip this attraction now, so I will put that further down the list than others. Next up on my list is one that I believe is also not aimed for me, and it's for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration. I believe again that I'm not the audience for this attraction. I think that this is aimed for younger audiences. I mean, I'm not saying that I won't give it a go. I think I will try it out next time I'm in Hollywood studios. I want to try everything as much as I can and give everything a go at least once. I hear the narrators are fantastic and it's a good laugh, but I think this is for families. I think this is for those princesses that want to go and see the story of Anna and Elsa. So again, I don't think that I'm the audience for this. So I don't think I'd go prioritize it over others that are going to come up on this list. But I'm willing to be proven wrong. If I do go and experience it and it is one that I really enjoy, then it will move up the list. But at this precise moment in time, if I was to go to Hollywood studios, I have got more other attractions that I want to experience more, and that's why it would be higher up on the list. Now, I do enjoy going to have a sit down, and I do enjoy going to watch films. So next up on my list is something along those lines: vacation, fun, and original short with Mickey and Minnie. I'm happy to go and sit in an air-conditioned room to get out the Florida heat, and I would love it. The reason why this is slightly higher than Frozen, I think that this is one that I think I could enjoy because I've not seen it before. It will be a completely different story, whereas I know the Frozen story, I know what to expect. So I think that this will be fun. I think it'll be slightly different, but it's something that I think, again, it's one of those where I think it won't have a long queue. If I'm waiting for a reservation, if I want to get out the storm, I want to get out the sun, this is something I will do. And something else along the same sort of lines of getting out of the sun or the storms is Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. This looks like it's one of the best animatronics I've seen out there with Lightning McQueen. I've not personally been there, but I would love to actually go and see this. But again, it's not high up on my list because I think that it's going to have a short queue. I'm not a big Cars fan. I do like the first one. Not so fussed about the second one. Kind of enjoyed the third one, but it's not a massive must-do for me. Again, this is in the same area as Tower of Terror and Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster, which are two attractions that I probably would want to go on more than Lightning McQueen's. But if I wanted to get out the sun or the storm and I wanted to kill some time, Lightning McQueen is definitely one of those that I will do next. Next up on my list is an attraction that I have done before and one that I did enjoy, but again, I don't think it's a priority for me, and it's Alien Swirling Saucers. I really did actually really enjoy this. I think it's very good laugh. I really enjoyed getting thrown around. If it has got a very long queue, I would not go on this attraction. It's not a priority for me. I have done it before. I did enjoy it. If it has got a 5-minute queue or a walk on, maybe 10-15-minute queue, I might go on the attraction, but I don't think it is a must do for myself. If you've never been on it, I think you might enjoy it. It's slightly different to the teapots. It's a bit more I'm trying to remember it. There's a Cars attraction in Disneyland Paris that is very similar to, and it's a bit more fun, and I really quite enjoyed it. But it's low key. It's not a big thrill ride. It's not a big white knuckle ride. It's nothing amazing and outstanding, but it's something unique. I really did enjoy it. I have done it, and again, if it's got a small queue, I would jump in the queue for it. In the same sort of area as Toy Story Land is Walt Disney Presents. This is a museum and an attraction which can change depending on when you go. So this is why it's higher up on the list than others, because it is a variety. It can change. There is something different that you can do. It's really kind of useful and very fun to look at some of the information you can learn. And so, yeah, I think that Walt Disney Presents can offer something unique each time you go, and that's why it is further up my list. Again, it's a nice one to get out the weather for, and I think that it is a good one that you can enjoy. But again, it's lower on my list because of the low wait. It's not something that I think is as urgent as others. If there is a 10-minute wait at one of the big rides, I think that I would prioritize that over going to Walt Disney Presents. I'm going to put a few together here, and I'm going to put Star Wars Launch Bay and Meet Olaf and Meet Other Characters all together. So meeting characters will be my next up on my list. Again, if they've got short waits, I think that is fantastic. I do love meeting the characters, but when it comes to Hollywood studios, I feel like there are some attractions that I've never actually done before that I really want to experience. I've never been to Galaxy's Edge, so I really would love to spend some time there. And I was it's a toss up between this one and the next choice. I think that these could swap places quite easily. But yeah, meeting characters is definitely next up on my list. The one that it could swap places with is Muppet Vision 3D. I love Muppet Vision 3D. It's a fantastic laugh. I really do enjoy this attraction. I think I smile every time. I laugh every time. I've seen it so many times. And the major difference between this and the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular is that I just really have a very good laugh with it. And I'm a much bigger fan of the Muppets than I am of Indiana Jones. So Muppets is higher up on the list. Yes, I've seen it so many times, but it makes me laugh every time. Another show that I am a massive fan of, and it's high up on my list because of like the nostalgia I have of it, and it's Beauty and the Beast, the live show. I love going to see this. I think the music's fantastic. The performers are fantastic. The costumes, yeah, just the whole presentation of it makes me smile. I remember seeing it with my mum. Remember seeing it on my honeymoon. So I have a lot of very big emotional ties to it, and I really enjoy it. So it's high up on my list because of the nostalgia I feel for it. This next one on my list, I think, can swap places again with other ones. And it's Star Tours The Adventure Continues. The reason I'm putting this further down is that I've been on it. I know that it can be lots of different stories, and I love going on it, but it is one that I have done before, and I don't know what to expect because the stories may end up being different. But the reason why this is below the next choice is because I haven't had a chance to experience the other one. Star Tours is a fantastic choice if you are a massive Star Wars fans. They have got clips and adventures that crosses all the films. You meet different characters. You never know what adventures you may go on. There is so many different combinations, and I think that's what makes this attraction so high on my list, that no matter how many times I've ridden this, the attraction does seem to change every single time. The reason why it's lower than this next one is because I've not seen any of these, and the next up on is the nighttime shows. So this includes Disney Movie Magic, the Hollywood Tower Hotel, A Beacon of Magic, and A Wonderful World of Animation. These are projection on the Tower of Terror and on the Chinese movie theatre. I really did enjoy going to see these nighttime shows. I think they're fantastic. I really do love the nighttime shows in Disneyland, in Disney World. Not had a chance to experience them in Disneyland Paris, but I think they are fantastic. I think you've got to make time for them and make sure that you do at least experience these attractions, these shows once, just to experience them. They can be so breathtaking, especially with the use of the lights and the fireworks. I remember going to see the Star Wars one, and the way that they used the beams and the spotlights as lightsabers was just fantastic. The way the pyro and the fire was going with what was being broadcasted and projected onto the Chinese theatre was astounding. So I think I've never experienced these movie moments, these projection shows, so that is why they are slightly higher than Star Tours, but I really enjoy them. I do like the nighttime shows, and I expect good things from them. Again, this list could change after I go to Disney World, and maybe I won't be as breathtaking, and maybe Star Tours will go above this. Never know. These lists can change, as I've said, so we'll have to wait and see to say if they stay in the same place. But at the moment, that is where they are at. Now, this is where it gets a bit more difficult, because these ones, I feel like there are some that can swap places. But next up on my list is Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Aerosmith, starring Aerosmith. I do love this attraction. I find it so much fun. I really enjoy it. It's one of the best roller coasters I really enjoy. I definitely probably enjoy Big Thunder Mountain in Disneyland Paris more than I do Rock and Roller Coaster, but I really enjoy it. I think it's a great laugh. I really enjoy going on it. I love how it starts off like 0 to 60 straight away, and that's it. You just keep going. I love that it's got Aerosmith music in there, and I just love it. But again, I've been on this attraction so many times. I do love it, but there is a reason why this one is going to be underneath the others, and that's probably either nostalgia or I've not had a chance to do the others. So next up is going to be Toy Story Mania. I really love this attraction. Toy Story Mania is an absolutely fantastic attraction for all the family. It is so well made. I love going on it. I love the competitiveness of it. It's fantastic. It's a great attraction. And because of the competitiveness, because there's this repeat playability to it, because it's like an arcade game, that's why it beats Rock and Roller Coaster. It's just a fantastic attraction. Next up is Hollywood Tower of Terror, and the only reason this beats the Toy Story Mania is because you can go on it and it can be different attraction. It can be a different attraction each time you ride it, like Toy Story Mania. But the big difference is, if you have watched my Desert Island Disney with my brother, we tell you a story of our experience in Hollywood Studios on the Tower of Terror Hotel. and it makes me smile and it makes me laugh. And every time I'm on this attraction, I think of that moment. So there is a huge nostalgia choice there, and Tower of Terror is just slightly above Toy Story Mania because of that nostalgia feeling. Now, next up is Fantasmic, which is currently going through a closure and is expected to return later this year. I'm not too sure if they've made any changes to the show. We'll have to wait and see and find out. But I love Fantasmic. I think it's one of the best nighttime shows. I think it's so brilliant, and I would love to go on it. And it's so high up on my list. It doesn't matter how many times I see it. I'm so taken away with it. I love the music to this attraction. I love the story to it. I love how they add elements when it comes to the projections onto the water. When I watch this attraction, when I watch this show, it takes me back to when I first saw it, and I had my breath taken away. So again, a huge nostalgia choice chosen for me. But next up is Fantasmic. And now we get to the top of my list, and it is pretty much the ones that I have not ridden before. So number 3 is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I loved the old movie ride, the Great Movie Ride. I loved it. I'm not saying that that's why I'm not going to enjoy Mickey and Minnie. I will give Mickey and Minnie every chance, and it does look fantastic from what I've seen online, and I'm really excited to try that attraction. But if you've worked it out, the other two are higher up on my list because of where they are and what they are. So Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway is just one that I think I am excited to go on. I'm very to have a go on, to try, to experience. I think it's going to be fantastic. But the opportunity to go to Galaxy's Edge just beats this list. So number 1 and 2. And there's a part of me, hand on heart, number 2 is actually Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Now, I've not been in Galaxy's Edge, and I've not experienced Rise of the Resistance. I have heard how fantastic this attraction is. I've heard how amazing and breathtaking this attraction is. But I'll come to the reason why I've chosen my number 1. But the reason why this is in number 2 is that I've never ridden it before. I've never actually got a chance to experience it. I've heard fantastic things about the attraction itself, and it is Star Wars. Those 3 things have made it top of the list because of how much I love Star Wars, how much I care about that franchise. I'm loving Kenobi. I love Mandalorian. I loved the original trilogy. I went back and watched the prequels. I enjoy the Clone Wars. I've enjoyed Bad Batch. So I really do love Star Wars. It's one that I really do I'm excited to go on. And Rise of the Resistance is number 2 because number 1 is the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, because I've never experienced it, and if I get an opportunity to fly the Millennium Falcon, I am choosing to do that. I know that as a person, I might not be able to do that straight away. I might have to go a few times before I can actually get a chance to be a pilot on the Millennium Falcon. But the opportunity to sit and take photos in the Millennium Falcon is just something that I would really love to do. To be able to pilot the Millennium Falcon is something I really want to do. To send it into hyperspace is something I really want to do. So on my hand on my heart, I want to pilot the Millennium Falcon more than anything else. And that is why it is top of my list. As I've said throughout this list, that might completely change. I might not enjoy the experience of Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. I might feel sick. I might not enjoy it. And therefore it might fall down my list. But at this precise moment in time, having never experienced Rise of the Resistance, having never experienced Smuggler's Run, I have to choose Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run over Rise of the Resistance because I want to fly the Millennium Falcon. I want to sit in that cockpit and fly and have a go and enjoy it with my family or my friends. And that is it. And I might get hate for it and people might disagree. But as I've said, this list may change in the future. Once I've experienced everything that there is to experience, I might change my mind. But at this precise moment in time, honest to God, I want to fly the Millennium Falcon. If I had to choose between the two right now, I think I would choose that one more. Please be kind to me in the comments. So what is your favourite attraction at Hollywood Studios? Let me know in the comments below. And how wrong or how right am I for choosing Millennium Falcon over Rise of the Resistance? Please be kind. As I've mentioned, I had an interview with my brother, Desert Island Disney, where he chose 3 things, Disney orientated things, to take onto a desert island to try and kill boredom, to try and keep himself entertained, or maybe had a nostalgia feel. Go and watch that video. Have it on in the background if you need to do the washing up or you've got something to do. It's an hour long. I don't expect everyone to be able to go and watch it all in one go, but I think it's just 2 guys having a really nice conversation about Disney, and maybe you'll see how we feel and it might bring some nostalgia feelings for you. Like, share, subscribe, do all the social media things. Instagram, I'm back on and up and running. I'm back on it now. This video, next one should be a review. I haven't decided which restaurant I'm going to review from Disneyland Paris. There will also be this same sort of list of attractions, but for Epcot next time. So keep an eye out for the channel for that. Best way to do that is make sure you subscribe, and I will see you real soon.